Mercer, we've got something special, right? But you've hurt me one too many times.
Molly sounds like Ollie. That's a thing. I have a new shirt. See? In the end, it doesn't really matter. Somewhere I don't know, some Linkin Park lyric that helped me. But then again, Chester is kind of.
Oh, Chester!
Oh no.
I forgot about that. Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount here on the D20 Multiverse, reviewing Critical Role episode 22, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got there in the
You
end.
even looked at the paper. You do this every week. You're like, what episode it is? I know, let's not even read that piece of paper this time. You've just gone to the next level.
No one would notice if you didn't point it out. It just
well,
looks like
the fact the title does clearly say 26. And the episode we're reviewing is clearly episode 26, so I'm pretty sure someone would notice.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think.
No, that's not how life works.
No, it's not. No, because not. Did you guys notice? Did you put it in the comments? Hello. I'm Oliver. This is Dave.
I'm Dave.
Two complete nerds from Wellington, New Zealand, in our bedroom. No, lounge. His lounge. To the episode.
Yes,
so,
that was the word. I want to partly cut that.
Yeah.
Not gonna.
It's gonna leave.
It's gonna leave it because that is what I have to deal with when he doesn't get the intro right.
Which happens once in a blue moon.
Yeah. No,
Getting it
sometimes
right.
you just forget what show we're on.
That's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Welcome to NPC, and then you're just sitting there like, nope.
No.
Not even close.
Nope. Anyway, so we're back after a week break in the brand new set of Critical Role.
Beautiful.
So many good things happening at the beginning of this episode.
Yes,
we're going to get a guest star.
It started off like unicorns skipping and candy floss fields of dreams.
Spoiler alert. Doesn't last.
Not, well, it lasts 4.5 hours.
It lasts for 4.5. It's a very long episode.
5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, 5 hours.
I haven't done that in a while.
But it ends on a very dark note. And you're watching this, you probably want us to get to that moment as quickly as can so we can talk about it.
So we'll try.
So we'll try.
So a whole bunch of shit happens anyway at the end. No,
because we do have to talk about the lovely guest star, actually.
Actually, it was on. For those of you who have read my diary, Life is Strange is possibly my favourite game that I've played in recent years. Way up the top there. And she's the... What?
I'm mad. You know why?
Why?
Because you did not even remember until I told you before we started filming.
They don't know that. This makes me sound like I was on top of it the whole time.
Yeah, but that's not reality. I like to be
reality.
I do. All right.
Dave,
that's why we work.
You're time and space.
You're not in
us.
reality. I am.
Dimension W over there. Dimension Z
Anyway,
over
he did
here.
forget, but he did remember the other times I told her when she was on.
Dimension Y is you guys.
Anyways, but let's just get into the episode so we can talk about that big thing.
So, basically they're hanging around after Ford, Jester, and the other one, Yasha had gotten kidnapped the episode before, and it starts with them trying to perceive the surroundings, so they, basically the meta is, we want to discover this. Can I roll perception?
Yeah, they basically wake up, and then just kind of look around, and at first, they don't roll very well, so they do make a joke that they won't even know they're missing.
Yeah. Not like, oh god, we're not even going to notice. We're just going to keep going. Okay.
But they kind of realise what has happened. They find evidence of the capture.
Yeah.
And as they're kind of searching around the camp, they bump into the guest character, Kig, played by Ashley. What's her last name? You know how we said we should write that down before we started?
I remember saying that.
We literally said that about 5 minutes ago.
And then I remember not actually writing it down.
Yeah. Ashley,
with
not an E.
We'll just cut that out.
No, we're not.
And just pretend like
no. I'll put it here.
Okay, that works.
Reality.
Mention Y over there. Z.
Anyway, so basically they meet up with Kig. So Kig is a dwarven fighter, female dwarven fighter with
bit of a badass
with a 5 o'clock shadow. And I had to look this up because I didn't know what a 5 o'clock shadow was.
Yeah.
But it's when you shave. And kind of by the end of the afternoon or end of the day, it's kind of growing back a little bit.
So basically that.
It's kind of like this. I haven't shaved today, so this is only a couple... It's
like 7 o'clock
shadow. Probably a week's growth
there.
But yeah,
I trimmed mine. I did the opposite. You've been growing and I've been... Again.
I don't think I've ever seen you clean shaven.
That's because I have no chin.
Ah.
Legitimately, if you take this away, I just look really weird because I...
How many comments will it take? How many likes on this video for you to shave?
If we can top our, say, second most popular video.
Okay.
So that's 2.4 thousand. Then
views. No, likes.
Oh, likes?
You're never going to get that much views.
I know, that's why I'm saying.
Okay, anyway, we'll move on.
So essentially they meet Kig. Kig's awesome. She's a badass. She's kind of flirts with
very
Bo.
gruff.
Gruff. She's very on par with Bo. They kind of flirt a little bit throughout the episode, which is cool. And we get a bunch of information from her. Well, first there's a bit of a standoff, and they're like, should we fight this person? And Kig's like, you guys have weapons drawn.
Well, it makes sense. They literally just had 3 people kidnapped. The first person they bump into, turns out, we find later on, comes from the same party that kidnapped them. So I guess it makes sense.
It's justified.
Yeah.
Now this is where Zone of Truth comes in really handy. My players, whenever they meet a guest, because I may have tricked and betrayed them one too many times, kind of always chuck them in Zone of Truth and like, are you here to betray us? No, sweet, on with the adventure.
That was something that people caught up on, like in our games, because I remember that happening in our games very quickly.
Screw your players over one too many times. So yeah, we get some information about Shady Creek Run, which is where Kig is from, and apparently where these slavers are from also.
Called the Iron Shepards.
Yes, I even wrote that at the top because I thought it was really important.
It was.
It's in capitals, and I feel very proud of myself.
I read it out though, so I get credit. So the Iron Shepherds is basically who Kig is trying to find, and now the party is trying to find, because they've stolen their 3 beloved members of Mighty Nein.
The Mighty Nein.
Okay.
I was going to reference the porn parody title that I came up with, and then I wasn't sure if it was appropriate.
The porn parody of Mighty Nein.
The Mighty 9 Inches. I've got too much time on my hands. Anyway, essentially...
I'm pretty sure you told me that the other day.
That was on the podcast.
Is that how long has that been sitting in your brain? Just like, need to use that NPCs.
The opportunity.
Need to have the moment.
Now, we do get to see the map. They essentially say, well, which way are we heading? And Matt lays out this unbelievably gorgeous map, and I'm just like, oh, I need that. I know you would lust over
Yeah,
that.
I would love... Why don't they
nerd.
sell them in the store?
Because they would sell out like this.
What, isn't that a good thing?
Capitalist consumerism, I don't know. It's an interesting philosophical point, Dave.
It's not philosophical at all. It makes sense anyway. But I will put up a map here of where we're pointing to.
And a banana over.
Because I do have a screenshot of it.
Cool. It's my go-to.
You know I hate
I know,
bananas.
it's my go-to random object.
You go to random
It's
dig.
like Miss Piggy as celebrity. Anyway.
I can imagine if we ever have a fan meetup, I'll just get a fuckload of bananas and I'll be so pissed off, but I won't show it because I'm so grateful for people showing up. I'll be like...
That's exactly... That's you in a nutshell, Dave.
What have I done?
So if you want to send us some bananas, we'll give you...
We're moving on.
So, essentially they decide to leave a horse behind. Now, some of the animal experts on Reddit kind of pointed out, you do realise if you had just gone, you don't really need a rider. Most of the time, the horse would follow the pack and still be with you guys.
Yeah, because they basically need to make up time.
Yeah.
Because of what's happened. Matt does say you can make a pack horse, but he did imply during that it would be quite hard to control.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's why they went down that route. It's because Matt kind of pushed them in the direction to leave it.
Now they go and they find an essentially abandoned house with a little bit of a campfire, and they start investigating. They're basically thinking to themselves, "Hey, what can we loot if no one's here?" But then Matt a couple of times kind of hints, and this is the whole thing of if your DM ever asks, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He's kind of like, "Are you still spending time?" He kind of mentions the fact you've been here for a while, hinting at the fact that big bads are coming, and they do.
Yeah, and they do. The insect things kind of
Insectoids.
Insectoids?
Yeah, that's what he calls them. Yep.
Kind of come out of the ground and attack the horses, so they lose a couple of horses there.
Yeah. So Lou dies, unfortunately. Now all the horses are named after bodily toilet related
because
things.
we watch a mature show.
What are we doing with our lives, Dave?
I think we ask this question every week, and every week I don't think we have the answer.
If you guys
enjoying it.
If you guys have the answer...
No, the answer is we're enjoying it.
I actually addressed this in the play that I wrote. So, they essentially go into the...
Something no one can connect to. Absolutely no one has any reference to this play whatsoever. Can't come to the show.
It's in October.
The majority of people are in America.
We're doing 5 shows in October in Wellington, New Zealand. If you come down and you're a fan of the show, I'll get you a free
NPCs of
ticket.
Ollie is back.
So they roll initiative, and all hell breaks loose. Essentially, now Bo looks like she's been reading your comments. Some of them friendly, some of them not. And hey, critters were better than that. About Stunning Strike being one of the most powerful tools in her arsenal. So she unleashes some Stunning Strike. And Extract Aspect, which is one of the subclasses bits that Matt came up with I'm still on the fence whether I like this. I'm still on the fence whether it's useful, because I think some of the stuff you can figure out just through the combat. But I suppose it is really useful to know the vulnerabilities, for example, right at the top of the combat.
Well, to be honest, you never I think one of the joys of D&D, you playing as an expert on D&D is sometimes a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because one of the joys of it, D&D, which we'll later find out, is making mistakes.
Yeah.
And doing what you're not technically supposed to do. Can you imagine a fighter that goes into battle and knows exactly what to do?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a boring fight, because they'll know exactly what to,
This is also going to be the problem if we create a super intelligent AI artificial race.
Here we go again, guys. Strap in for this.
Anyway, I'm still at this part down the page. So they fight.
Bo gets to how you want to do this.
Yes.
They lose horses. They only end up with 3 of them.
Yep.
There was a point where they make a reference to the old campaign that I think it was not.
Yep.
Some super move and ended up in the other campaign and goes, it's not as emotional as the Might Nein, which comes back later on.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Now, they managed to extract some venom sacs and that kind of thing. They make 3 vials of acid and...
Not cuts out one of the dying horse tongues.
She thinks it's dead and it's not, and it's like the worst way to go.
It's so not.
Yeah.
It's such a not thing to do. And they continue travelling.
Yep.
So this is a good hint to them to speed things up.
Yep.
They see another camp.
They find some full bogs.
Yeah, so they spot a camp, it kind of seems like an old witch kind of doing a sacrifice kind of thing at first, but it turns out there was 2 Furlops, same as Paul Soul.
They ask her if they know Pumat Soul, and Matt's like, that's kind of racist, guys. Like, you just expect them to know all...
So someone asking, do you guys know Peter Jackson?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, we do, but that's not the point.
Yeah. So we see him down the road once in a while.
Yeah,
Big
I bump into the dairy all the time, and he's buying, like, milk bottles, but it's nothing...
The weirdest thing is that's slightly true in New Zealand.
It is. Yeah, because I've met...
I haven't met. I've seen Taika Waititi on just walking down the street.
Yeah.
I've seen Jermaine Clement, stuff like that.
I met Brett McKenzie and Jermaine Clement at 2 of my different jobs.
Really?
Brett McKenzie came into Bats, and I tried to sell games to Jermaine.
Oh. Well, look at Wellington Paranormal too, that new TV series.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's great.
I'm so happy.
For a Wellingtonian like us two,
yeah.
You can see there could be an opportunity to see a house.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of places that were the bucket found them.
Nice.
It's apparently a demon hole.
I designed a t-shirt.
Anyway, back to what we're talking about.
Slight distraction.
Yeah.
So anyway, they talked to them for a while.
And they kind of agree to help them out because they're going to the same place.
Yeah.
The same people that have kind of kidnapped children and their family is taken by the same people.
Yeah, so it looks like common cause kind of thing. Like, yeah, we'll help you out. They continue on the way. Caleb gets a point of exhaustion, and because they're traveling quite brutally, they're not stopping or anything like that. So they make con saves.
Yeah.
He fails, so disadvantage on checks.
As we're going, also decides to go to Jester's notebook, and we find out a lot there. Interesting tidbits here and there. A lot of languages that Not doesn't understand.
Yep.
But Not doesn't really get anyone else that may understand them to actually, which Molly goes, I can understand them.
Yeah.
I regret that. That's just rain, if you can hear that. It's raining outside.
They probably can't. It's
no.
Directional microphone.
That's very loud. Anyway, we continue on.
Yes.
So Keg and Not have a little bit of a bonding moment.
Over alcohol.
When they're resting and having a camp. Bo and Molly talk a little bit as well. That was a nice, bittersweet moment when we find out later on.
Yep. More points of exhaustion all round.
And they finally see a card.
Yes, they do.
But then it's not. Then they just let it pass by. Then they see another card. And it turns out that this card is familiar to Keg. Yeah. And these are the people that we're trying to find. And
on the carts are magically enchanted cages, potentially concealing Jester, Ford, and Yasha.
So we find out that the party that they're trying to basically attack consists of about 5 members.
Yeah.
So we've got Ruza, who is said to be a bard, was a half-elf bard, but it turns out to be a sorcerer.
Other way around. Keg said that she was a sorcerer, but she's actually a bard.
Oh, I thought she was a bard. Okay, maybe I wrote it down wrong. Sorry.
Because at the point where stuff was going down, Matt says she gives bardic inspiration to someone, and Keg actually had the information wrong. She thought that it was a.
But that's okay because just off the top of the head, and it was kind of a force. Kind of this is what they know. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what's true.
Yeah. We also have Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, no, he's the big bad.
Yes.
But we'll get into him in a second. We had Dwelma, who was a half-orc druid. We had Preto, half-elf rogue, and I put Juan, who's the barbarian, the human barbarian, who's the nicest of the... And then we have Lorenzo.
So this actually, like, when he started describing all these people, I was thinking to myself, that's a full-fledged party of versatile, across-the-board skill sets. Whoa.
And I put the anti-Mighty Nein. Because they're very kind of similar kind of roles and everything. So I don't think it clicked in their head at that time that they should be a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
Instead, they start planning an ambush for them.
The other thing I noticed at this point was Matt's face became very, very grave and very, very serious as they're planning. And essentially, once I think he discovers that the Mighty Nein are thinking about attacking, you can kind of see him going, oh god.
They shouldn't be doing this.
No, this was supposed to be, I think in his head, he's thinking, this was supposed to be a stealth mission. Run in, unlock them, run out. Oh god, they're going to fight them.
Yes, so basically they set up a trap for the cart, so they kind of get ahead of them. And I think the planning went well, very long planning session, but they seem to have a good-ish plan if it was random mobs.
Yeah.
This wasn't random mobs.
No, this is high-level adventuring party, not bandits, not traders or anything like that.
So, we start off this confrontation with the log falling in front of the cart, kind of in between the horses and the cart to kind of cut it and stop it.
The wonderful Keg rolls an 18 on her strength check to knock this tree into their path.
Yeah.
And to be fair, great plan, perfect execution.
Execution?
Well,
the start of it was a good execution. The rest of it is up for interpretation.
At this point, I was on eBay looking up miniature trees because I want to buy a whole bunch of them because they had miniature trees. And it was
so the battle starts, and at first it goes wellish, kind of. They get a good hits in. Bo manages to knock down Dwelma to a point that unconscious and bleeding out.
I think Bo is really getting to grips with her monk class, and it shows throughout this episode.
But then Bo turns to Lorenzo, who's a human fighter that we haven't mentioned. And he's the leader. He's very suave, really knows what he's doing. Bo and them starts fighting. Then Molly gets involved.
Yeah.
And then Molly's a blood hunter.
Yes.
So sometimes when it does damage, it infects him too.
Yep.
And he'd already been hit quite hard already.
Yep. So he goes to use Blood Melodic. Takes 5 points of damage to himself in order to inflict a curse of the list of curses that you can do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after he says this, he's like, that
did too much.
That puts me unconscious.
Yeah.
And he falls.
Yeah.
And then Matt has Lorenzo right there.
He's shocked. He's like, you just fell down. And if you were a leader of a party that just tried to attack you, what would you do?
So
make an example.
It's at this point where Matt goes very serious, and the party stop joking around and kind of look at each other. And Matt says to Molly, "Any last words?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
Because you expect this not to happen.
Yeah.
Because everything didn't lead up to this. There wasn't like leading up to this big death. It just happened.
Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of controversy on Reddit, and I want to address this. Because of
let's finish off the scenario and then we move on to it. So Molly gets stabbed by Lorenzo where he's on the ground, basically kills him, spits up blood, never shuts his eyes. We makes a good point of that. Spits in the face. What was the last words? It was the last words like, fuck you or something like that. No. Something kind of snarky. And Molly does officially die. No raising, no coming back to life last minute.
Right. So
Molly, now, Tea Leaf is dead.
May he rest in peace for all eternity. So that is where the episode essentially ends, and that's where most
a little bit more
of the
we'll just go for we'll just finish it off.
Okay, finish it off.
Yeah. So basically, stabbed, dies. Keg at this time was trying to yell out to Lorenzo to kind of stop, but it was too late.
Yeah.
But after that, Lorenzo turns. Also, Bo is kind of raging out and actually causes Lorenzo to catch on fire.
Yeah.
Because of some oil that Not had thrown on earlier.
Great thinking.
Not, unfortunately, everything starts to go bad at this point. Even Not rolls Sam rolls a natural 1 during this whole time.
Yeah.
Dalma bleeds out and dies, so Lorenzo goes blood for blood.
Also, not throughout the combat, was the only one that was actually trying to unlock the cages.
Yeah.
And there's been some discussion of people that thought, hey, if you hadn't managed to free your other 3 party members from the cages and they could join the fray, this would not have been an unbalanced fight, and this might not have happened. But Not was the only one, seemingly, that was concerned with doing that first.
Just getting the task done and getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So Keeg, Lorenzo finally points at Keeg, calls off the men, the battle kind of just comes to a standstill, and they kind of get pulled to a side, and Lorenzo gives a kind of a victory speech kind of thing.
Essentially says, if we see your faces again, then you'll be joining your friends on the other side.
Yes, and you think that Lorenzo's about to kill Keeg too.
Yeah.
But Lorenzo, being the smart villain that he is, says you're gonna live and you're gonna know what happened, and you're gonna live with your decision of this.
And then Matt kind of says, "Well, you've now got quite a serious villain in this world, and he did not expect it."
The Mighty Nine lose more ways than one.
Yeah. Now, a lot of controversy, obviously, about this. I've nailed down my crazy Reddit theory to a single theory, because otherwise we'll be here for 4 hours. And I'd like to address the concerns about Matt's role. Now, one of the Blood Maledict curses is to remove or give disadvantage. If you attack an unconscious creature, you've got advantage on that roll, and any hit that hits as a crit, and you take, death saves when that happens. Matt only rolled 2 dice, and some people were like, whoa, there's only one attack. That's only 2 failed death saves. Molly shouldn't have died. But because of one of the curses that Blood Maledict has, if Molly was casting that, which I believe he was, it cancels out that advantage, which means that Matt was rolling 2 attacks as a multi-attack with 2 dice, and both of them hit.
And keep in mind that Matt is the one that created the class.
Yes.
So if anyone is to know, he would know.
So I do believe...
Check it out.
I suppose that's actually a bad time to so there's a bit of discussion about that, but I do believe that's what happened.
Yeah. So it's a very sad moment.
Yeah.
Do we know whether Molly's going to come back? I mean, have hints in the past that he has died and come back, and the small snippets of backstory I've had of him being buried up to the head, and that
leads to our crazy Reddit theory of the week.
There we go. There it is.
Essentially, this is from Willie the Hateful Goat. Just props on the name, man.
I can't even be mad at that. I can't even be mad.
That's high-level usernames. So Molly, basically the conversation on Reddit was going, Molly has lost the memories and come back as things before.
Yeah.
So, Willie the Hateful Goat. Molly comes back with no memories as Doug, an accountant at a medium-sized shoemaking factory.
Okay. An accountant. Where there has to be accountant?
And a medium. A medium. He specifies
what
a medium size.
Wait. How big is a medium size shoe?
Well, see,
compared to like a small or a large.
So I've got like a cobbler, like we've got those in Wellington, like those small ones that also do keys. Okay. You've got like Nike, and then somewhere in between.
Nike. So we're in between a little shack and Nike. Yes, that would be a medium size.
Doug, the accountant. He spelled Doug with D-U-G, which is kind of like a fantasy version of it. I like it. So, really, I was going to do Life with Doug. Wait, what's that one?
Well, I did the theme song for Doug. The show Doug.
Life with Doug is. Oh, is that the one with the guy with the head?
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, Ollie. Wow, is that the one with the guy with the head?
Josh.
Is this the one with the dice and the dragons?
I'm tired. I was up to midnight watching the episode.
Let's move on. It's a very spot on moment. It's not actually laughing at the fact the character died.
Sorry. Yes. Now, okay. If you know 5th Ed. If you know 5th Ed, there are multiple ways to come back. Yeah. We've got Revivify. That's out because, it has to be cast a minute after the person dies.
Yeah.
You need tons of diamonds, so that's out. Wish. That's a possibility, but it's like a 9th, 10th level invocation. Yeah. It's going to be real difficult to get your hands on that.
Yeah.
Reincarnation, a similar thing, high level spell. You come back in a random body as a random kind of being yourself.
Vax came back as a reverend.
Yeah. There's Lingering Soul, which is one of the, I believe, not core book, homebrew kind of scenarios where you can just kind of possess creatures. You're doomed for an eternity, but you kind of come into the mortal realm through other
huge stretches of trying to get Molly back.
But to be honest, none of those seem likely.
No, the level doesn't really bounce with it. Fine. The fact that they're not huge god followers as well. Yeah. I mean, the only one that really has a a strong connection is Yasha or Jester, and both of them are kidnapped at the moment. And also at the start of this episode, one thing Molly says to try and see whether Jester would react is the Traveller's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Molly's going to get much Traveller help
also,
in this scenario.
Consider the surroundings. You got Shady Creek, a whole bunch of murderous people, no high-level mages.
Yeah.
You got Zadash, nice place, but again, not really an arcane focus kind of city.
Weeks away now at this point.
Yeah, you've got Huppadook, a whole bunch of gnomes. Okay, now they're more arcanely inclined, but it's not a high-level zone of great arcana and magic.
I've got a feeling that this will be a permadeath.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't want it to be because I love Molly.
And plus, I just ordered the bloody miniatures. And now Molly's included and Molly's not even going to be around.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's intense.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's new for Critical Role in general. Like, yes, we did have Vax dying at the end of the Vox Machina campaign.
Yeah.
But also that was once everything kind of wrapped up.
Yeah, that was the end.
That was kind of the end.
That's more like prologue.
And characters have died in the past. I mean, Pike died pre-stream.
Yep.
Scanlan. All of Vox Machina have died at one point.
Goldfish.
But they were in a scenario that they could easily come back. So like the Goldfish incident, the reason why they came back is because Terry had a revivify kind of thing.
Yeah, they were high level. They had a whole wealth of friends in high places, magical artifacts and spells themselves.
They had proven themselves.
Yeah.
And they've got credit to burn. But now they don't have that credit because they're kind of dicks as well.
So we've got a permadeath. Now, a lot of people were kind of calling for this to happen, not specifically to Molly, but to create a kind of bond between the rest of the party and to solidify it in our minds as something as meaningful as Vox Machina was to us.
Yeah.
But retroactively, I was like, oh, that was a bad decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think any of the like, if you say that, like, a character has to die, who would it be? Really hard to pick.
No, you couldn't do it.
It would be really hard to, like, you lose something from
even
everyone.
on the NPCs, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
You touch Pooh Matt.
Matt, go.
Matt, I will jump on a plane.
But to be honest, it wasn't Matt's fault.
No, it's true.
Because Molly technically killed himself.
The blood maledict, and he didn't retroactively go, oh, that would actually knock me unconscious. I don't do that.
Yeah.
He was like, oh.
But he already said he was going to do it at a high strength, and he can't.
Yeah.
That shows a seasoned player, though.
Oh, yeah.
Of Taliesin himself, the fact that he made a decision, even though he could have technically changed it, saying, no, I didn't actually mean it that way, but he would be lying, he's still stuck with his guns.
Now, I think, and there's been discussion about this, I think that if you come back, Taliesin, we'd love to see you...
No, Taliesin will come back.
No, I mean, obviously.
Molly. Do you mean Molly?
No, I mean, if you come back as a new kind of thing, we'd love to see you with a high charisma, because you are the talker. Like, your mind is so good for persuasion and deception. We'd love to see you play a character with a high charisma.
Well, that was Molly's kind of thing, though, to be deceptive and
secretive. It was, but the charisma score wasn't there to back it up.
True.
Yeah. So we'd love to see that.
But yeah, that's the scenario we're in. It's a very dark way of ending it.
Oh man.
Now, one thing we do know is Keg is coming back next week, along with possible more guest characters. Yep. So we know we haven't finished Keg's story. Whether Taliesin's there or not, no idea. Really, the next few episodes are going to tell whether we're going to get a Molly back or not.
Yeah.
Or whether we're going to get possibly a Scanlan kind of Terry situation that Taliesin comes back as another character just for a while, and then until they finally figure out how to bring back Molly.
There was also an idea on Reddit, wait for Jester to hit level 13, and then Ray's dead. Sure, that's going to be a year or two.
Yeah, it'll be a while, and plus, I think, if going back to the bonding thing, it's really going to make the guys that were kidnapped bond, because they realise someone's life got sacrificed to save them. Because we know they're not going to die off camera. They
can't. It's a real dick thing to do.
Yeah, it is a dick thing.
And Matt's not going to do that.
And Matt's not going to. He didn't even cause this death.
No.
It was just like, here's a party. These are all the warning signs. All right, you guys are going with it.
Now, I'd also just like to say about Keg, amazingly good roleplay. You went with disadvantage,
MVP?
self-imposed MVP for sure,
MVP.
100%. Yep. You went with disadvantage because of the true nature of your roleplay, which was that, I wouldn't be focused at this time. You might get a bit of backlash and saying, you could have saved the party, but no, I 100% am with you on that one. That was a wonderful decision. Your roleplay was fantastic. I'd love to see you using first person rather than second person, because that's what the Might Nein are doing, but that's all personal preference as
and
well.
it comes with playing the game more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I love Ashley. I think I've got a crush on her.
Life is Strange is literally every page of my diary.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, when I feel, because I didn't know even who she was until she was on a Critical Role one shot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I love her.
Me too.
And I don't love a lot of people. I don't even love him.
No, that's true. He's ambivalent towards me at best.
Yeah, I tolerate you. But yeah,
no, she's amazing. We love her, and I didn't know she was coming back, so I'm very happy. Oh god, I just realised last night we stopped watching the episode half an hour before it finished. Julia does not know what happened.
Oh really?
And she wants to watch.
Oh
god, when she gets home, she's been having a really stressful day. That's gonna.
One little tidbit for you guys behind the scenes. I had watched the episode before he did.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm just watching it now. I'm just starting watching it," and I'm like, "Okay." And then about 2 hours later, I said, "Has it happened yet?"
And I'm like, "What?"
And he's like, "What? What's it?" And I'm just like, well, if you don't know it yet, you haven't hit it yet.
I told Julia that because she was watching with me, and she was like, "Oh my god, this is it! This is where someone is going to die, or there's something bad's going to happen here." And then it just kept not happening, and she like towards the end, she's like, "You reckon Dave was just messing with you?" And I was like, "He wouldn't do that."
I would do that. I would do that, but I think in this scenario, I was just like, I just. Because once it hit, you just saw the Facebook blow, like, no! And I was like, there it is.
My God.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts, of your theories of if Molly's coming back. We are planning to do a memoriam for Molly episode, a special one, just going back through Molly's history, what we knew. If after the next couple of episodes, we've kind of sealed the Molly chapter, you could say.
So I'll be using Knowledgeoverswag's wonderful collection of all the Vox Machina, Might Nein spells and abilities, so I can really give you like a decent run through of the choices that Taliesin made creating Molly and all that kind of stuff, but also like the fun moments and all the stuff.
It's just trying a new thing. When a significant thing like this does happen, that we give it props.
Anyway, we've been rambling for like 4 hours now, so we're going to sign off.
No, we're going to do the comment.
After the comment, I remembered.
No, you did not at all.
And hey, I'm heading to Japan in 2 months for 4 weeks.
No one's ever heard about that.
So if you want to keep up with my journey there, you can jump on the Facebook page, Players Lane, which is where I'll be posting my journey.
Yeah, there'll be links down below.
Yeah. So comments of the week.
You do the first comment, and I'll do the second.
Okay. So mine's from Tosh Omni. There we go. Tosh Omni. That last name could be Japanese, but it's not. And he says, she says, I can't tell because it's just an anime character. I just love the banter. You could forget the recap altogether and just spend the whole video bickering and I'd still watch.
That's why we have a podcast. So
D20 After Hours was created specifically for that reason.
For that reason, yeah. So basically, thank you, lovely Patreon people. This month was the first time that actually went through, and because of you guys contributing, and remember, $1 in American is like $1.50 over here. So thanks to all your people putting the money into, our podcast is now back on iTunes and SoundCloud. Links are down below. And once we record it, it goes straight up on that. It does get released on the channel the following Sunday. But if you do want to be part of that, you do want to listen to us, and including our Critical Role podcast that we did when we went through all those theories. It's all on there, and thanks to you guys, we're going to keep on doing it as long as you guys keep on listening. So.
It's basically us like talking and bantering about life and theories and philosophy and astrophysics and Waluigi. So it's like an hour. So
Critical Role sprinkled in there. I mean, that's what brought us together. But we do have our flatmate, his ex-flatmate, my current flatmate, Jason, who also is on that and gives a different voice to this.
So Tosh, I'd just like to say thank you.
And one actually about the episode. Kev G Mor, who does a lovely theme song, so thank you, Kev.
He's an absolute legend, and I'm in love with him.
Well,
I don't
love everyone.
I don't care who knows it.
You just love everyone, don't you? He goes, awesome show, guys. I believe they were kidnapped by slave traders.
Nailed it!
Do we know if they're slave traders or they're just kidnapping people to kill?
No, it has been mentioned by
did Keg actually say they were slavers? Alright. I love that Sam, as both Scanlan and Not, wants a gun. It's a trend there. Yeah. We will see Kerry again.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm pretty sure we will.
You're right about the trends.
I have a theory that Kerry's going to die off camera.
Go fuck yourself.
And his favourite quote is, sometimes the people who help you are the least expected.
There we go.
It's very, very true.
So thank you, Kev, and thank you, Tosh Omni, for some comments this week.
But he also says hashtag, and we're going to keep this hashtag tweet Ollie Mercer.
Yes.
So, and this is mainly because he loves the Reddit theory. So, from now on, if you want to get him to read out a crazy Reddit theory, or just a theory that you have that's crazy, tweet at us on Twitter. I'll put the actual tweet handle there. Hashtag tweet Ollie Mercer, and he will read it out.
Yes, I will.
I just sprung that onto him now. He has no idea. He's just rolling with it.
Life.
But thank you all for watching it. It was a very long and emotional episode, and I am really excited how they're going to handle this.
Yep.
One, outside the game, how they're going to handle it, whether they're signing off on Molly, putting that to the side, maybe you can change the figures of the Kickstarter, with what Taliesin's going to do next week.
Yeah.
Is Taliesin going to be a different character?
And a lot of people out there said that this is their favourite episode, even though it was really dark from the entire story so far of Might Nein. It's definitely up there for me because emotional ringer. And thank you guys for supporting us. We went up a couple of subs this week, which makes us really happy. And you guys are the best people in the world, and I love you.
And is it Friday yet? Because we watch it on Friday.
Well, I actually work, so usually I watch on the Saturday.
We don't actually.
Saturday?
We actually, like, in truth, we watch the VOD.
Is it
like
Sunday?
Probably Saturday,
Monday morning.
But it's live on Friday for us, like midday.
Because we live in the future. Thank you very much for watching NPCs of Wildemount for myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave.
We wish you a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I have a new jacket, by the way. Did anyone notice?
I have a new shirt. You didn't even notice. Like, why do you want me to notice your shirt? You never notice what I wear. The first time I'm wearing a different shirt on the show.
I mentioned it over there in the kitchen. But you actually pointed it out first.
Thank you.
Matt Mercer! Look, I know we have something special. But you've hurt me one too many times.
Look, Ollie, which sounds like Molly. In the end, it doesn't really matter. You know, like from Linkin Park, like crawling in my skin. No, this doesn't really work. I got your shirt.
Damn you, Mercer!
You love him.
Yeah.